ready to take it.
But
I needed a couple extra days. ADHD Sports. I'll start right off the rip and apologize. No Wednesday show was my fault. And then there's some accusations thrown my way that we won't bring up here because we might be banned off YouTube.
what really happened, Mark? I know the truth.
That was funny. That was legitimately like I chuckled out loud when I read your text. Like I'm putting it all together. Easy.
Jay allegedly,
God, I'll be editing.
has a lifestyle of no meat.
Correct. I've been informed about this.
He's a vegetarian. Is that right, Bean?
Yeah.
Is that so? He lives, a straight edge life with his nutrition. Respect.
Not like us.
Not like us at all. This morning, talking to your wife, Mark, she and I are having a discussion about how big the lamb is going to be that I knock on the head with a hammer to make the gyro that I want to eat for dinner.
Can I thank you for saying gyro and not gyro? Can I thank you for that? Because the amount of arguments I've had to have over the years with people.
How is it pronounced in your house, Mark?
Gyro.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right.
So it's a three-way gyro.
Right, okay, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It almost makes me want to eat one.
Almost.
Almost.
This is so ADHD. This is how we come off the rails all the time. I was present the day Bean had the greatest meltdown that Bean ever had that I experienced in person. It was a 5-alarm. It was DEFCON 5. This guy has a complete meltdown. Everything's melting everywhere. And he says, I'll even eat cheese on the pizza. I don't give an F. He wanted to get pizza, and he was so pissed. In his world, he was willing to make a concession. It's 2 middle fingers. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'll even eat cheese on it. I don't give an F. And he was raging. And I'm laughing inside so hard my stomach muscles.
I remember that. I don't remember what had happened to that. Because, I'm not vegan, but I'm close. I try not to eat cheese and that stuff just for my own health. But I do. I'll eat cheese. But, at the time, I was like... But I don't remember what it was. But I remember that going, screw it. I'll get cheese on it. I can't remember what it was. I don't remember.
I'll even eat cheese on it today. I don't give it.
Oh, man, that's how it was on Saturday and Sunday. I told Mark when he got here.
That's what I told him. I told him straight up. I was like, I see why we didn't do this on Wednesday because of the Miami Dolphins.
No, it was a combo,
and the whole show was already planned out.
I told you guys last week that the Gators would choke that game away, and I watched it happen in real time. You're texting me, and I was just and then the Dolphins were like, "Oh, we can do better. We're worse. How you want to look at that?"
Hold my beer.
It was a hold my beer.
It was a rough spot. And then to close off Sunday night, the Bills were like, yeah, we'll score 16 points in 4 minutes. The little bit of consolation I was looking for to have the Bills lose. No. We'll score 16 points in 4 minutes.
They all got together and said, let's do this for Bean.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Let's do this for Bean.
And I was like, I'm going to call Murdoch and Mark and say the show's canceled because I hate sports and I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Mark, he's in a dimly lit room. His bean cave. He's feeling good. He's got some Josh Wink in the background, very faint. He's got 2 candles that they're hummus candles, and he's watching the Bills lose, and he's doing his own taxes. How about that? He's like, oh yeah.
I didn't even have the game on a lot because I shut down. If my team loses, I don't want to watch any more football. You guys twisted my arm into short-term investing. I didn't do well. It was a bad day. So I'm checking the score and watching a little bit, and I'm cleaning, and I'm like, okay, all right, okay.
Feeling good,
Yeah.
bouncing around the house.
Everyone in the division will be 0-4. That's something.
be in first place.
Oh, Derrick Henry has like 170 yards. This is fine. We're good. Everything's good. This will be good.
Were you doing the wave like Zay Flowers was? Doing the Queen's wave, the slow, modest turn of the hand. Zay scores the touchdown, and they're up a bunch of points, and he turns around and is giving everybody the business in the stadium. Is doing this wave like, thanks for coming out, and and then he loses, and at the end of the game, they go back to him, and
Is he waving at himself?
he's like, because like he knows I was just giving everybody the business, and now it's on me. That was a game to watch.
You know,
Professional.
I had it so bad, sports-wise, last night. I couldn't sleep. I went to bed watching the 2008 Wildcat when they broke it out against New England and beat them 38-13. And I watched that on YouTube. I watched the whole goddamn thing to make myself, God, at least I remember that game. Yeah, that was nice. I'll be watching, I have a feeling, replays all season long of previous years because.
So the Wednesday.
So yeah, that's my fault. We had a situation that's 100. I take full 100% responsibility. It wasn't the guy's fault. It was my fault. That won't happen again.
What did happen Wednesday, unbeknownst to you and the rest of the world, is Mark found his inspiration. I mean, he found his inspiration. He went to, well, he didn't go to Tibet because yikes, but he climbed that mountain. He had a moment of serenity.
Ping pong paid out.
It did not, and because it did not, he took a road less traveled. It's a dark road. There's not a lot of trail. There's no gas stations. There's no. If you blow out a tire, you're doomed, and he blew out his tires. And he's texting me at 9 o'clock, early enough for it to be something special. You get those texts from your friends, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, someone arrived to the Faded Express. You know, they're on the platform. Mark was there at 9 o'clock. And as I'm watching something, and here comes one text. Here comes two texts. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yo, dog.
Wednesday night?
Yo, brother.
No, it's
On Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
On
Oh, 'cause he was
Tuesday
ready
night.
for Wednesdays.
He was ready for the show. He was cutting promos. He had angles. He had bits. And I got a lot of stuff.
I had to knock him down a peg before he even.
I did. And so Wednesday comes around, like, buddy, it's not going to happen today. Some odd happened. And like a kid that just found out Santa wasn't real.
Whoa,
It was
what do you mean?
it was Christmas Eve, and he didn't get the presents. He was not happy. He still had the show lined up in his head.
Yeah, I was waiting for like an audio message to come in. That was an hour long of you guys just
Probably he was doing it.
burying me.
He was doing the show. Look at this thing. Watch this. We're going to talk about this. This is. Do you remember any of those?
Yeah, Jose Cuervo was flowing really well.
Flowing like Niagara Falls. It was legit. What else was legit? Over the weekend in the NFL,
Yeah, quick recap. I mean, I think
we missed 2 games.
we didn't do bad in picks.
We thought they are who we thought they were.
It was definitely like the 4th week of the preseason.
I'll say it once,
Most of the
and
games, I
I got to
agree.
put a moratorium on it for myself because I can't keep talking about week 1. It's only week 1. It's week 1, and the teams are good. The reason why, humbly speaking, I said that every under is going to come in is because it's the preseason for these guys. They haven't thrown a football all year, and there's going to be a lot of ring rust, and they're going to look bad.
There were 2 overs, 3 overs.
Two overs, and one of them.
Minnesota Chicago was over. They scored 51.
Okay, that's right, and the Baltimore.
Baltimore game and then the Pittsburgh and New York game that put up 6.
There you go.
There were 3 overs.
So coming into Monday night, 2 games, and one of them was the lightest number on the board all week with the Jets in Pittsburgh. That was 38, and then that turned into
They
a
scored that in the fourth quarter.
pop.
I was gonna say that's one of those games where do the Jets even score 32 again the rest of the season? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the
Collectively,
the week one scores by points. I know a guy that looks a lot like Mark that
Wow.
didn't buy the
Sorry.
points on Sunday,
I had some really
and he got
beautiful-
beat because he didn't buy the points.
absolutely.
All you got to do is just pay a little bit. I know it's not sexy, but when you have a winning ticket instead of a losing ticket, it's not so bad.
I had 4 of them.
He did, and he didn't buy the points, and he got beat on one of those games, at least one of those games,
Parlays.
because he wouldn't buy the points, brother.
It was one of
Listeners.
the juiciest weeks to look at my gambling and then still lose.
He stroked, and then karma came down and said, "Okay, well,
You want to?
I can't remember where I was in when I was reading it, but someone posted a screenshot of some ridiculous parlay,
Oh, that was me.
and it was like 10 deep, and
That's
it was
him.
and it was something that was like $10-$20 wins you in the thousands.
Yeah.
And they hit on every single one
Yep.
except they picked the
That's
Dolphins
him.
to beat the Colts.
okay."
And it was the last one on the parlay. Guy's like, I can't imagine checking 9 out of the 10 boxes, and you're getting ready to cash thousands of dollars, and then
It's a weekly thing.
Why wouldn't you take
What?
the other side? Why wouldn't you? If you knew that,
do the exact same but on the other.
if you had the opportunity, you have a 10-teamer, a 2-teamer, you have an opportunity to take money off the table, take a profit. Some people like to let it ride, and that's your dope, and that's cool, man. Everybody has a thing that they enjoy, and for entertainment, let it ride, let it ride. I'm sitting on the other side, and I take the money off the table. That's why
He goes in the other room anyways because he stresses.
I can't sit with
me.
it.
He's like, "What are you doing?"
I can't.
Yeah, you've gotten a lot. You were pretty quiet on Sunday for you, to me.
Huh.
Like, there was a bit, even Saturday, you were like, this isn't, I don't like this. This isn't good.
I won $380 on Saturday.
Yeah, you started out like Saturday, like, we're killing it, we're crushing it. And then you're like, I can't even watch
Two
this
bets,
with the
won 'em
Gators."
both.
Yeah.
The Gator game, I text you guys, and I'm like, I'm going to make the second half bet. I like everybody else, I watched the game, and Florida misses a ball that was pretty ball. DJ throws this ball, goes right down the guy's shirt.
I knew, even though they were winning at halftime, I knew it. I could see it coming apart.
And the other touchdowns, penalty, multiple penalties on multiple drives.
Officiating across
And it
college
goes to
football
a
was
field goal.
bad last week.
So Florida scores field goals instead of touchdowns. You're making the assessment, and they're running down the field. Okay, in the second half, this is the dam's going to give, and Florida's going to score 2 more times than
You remember who
USF.
the coach was.
And I'm sitting, and I'm thinking, and it didn't feel right.
No, there was something wrong.
I wrote you guys. I was like, Florida second half, and I bail on it. I ripcord the bet, and I don't take it. And I was like, I didn't take it, guys. And thank
You know,
God.
like, good call.
There was the Spidey sense, man. And the USF thing, we can talk about the USF thing first. We got NFL on the docket to talk about
Yeah,
today.
we'll go back to that.
But,
That's a nice transition. Nice
I do want to say with the USF game, we bet them week 1, and they looked good. They allowed 1 touchdown, and it was the opening drive. Pause to the initial conversation point. USF allows 1 touchdown, and it's the opening drive. They don't allow another touchdown for the rest of the game. Week 1, right? Week 1, the other team isn't ready to play. Then they go to Gainesville, they go to the Swamp, and how many touchdowns did they give up? 1. So it's 2 touchdowns they've given up in 8 quarters against 2 ranked teams. Now, you add all that up.
I don't see them sustaining that. I just don't.
You are old enough to remember when USF was good with Gaethje, and when Levitt was there, and they were ranked top 5.
Oh yeah, then they had that run. Yeah,
They had that run. They were ranked top 5. I think they got to number 2.
yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah,
And then you know what happened?
the wheels.
Success were too heavy, and the wheels come off. My guy with the shirt that I'm wearing, Pip, did the same thing. They were it was him and Torrey Holt, and it was madness, and they got top 5. But and then at the end of the year, they lose 3 straight. Bang, 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 and out they go. The success is too heavy. On the smaller school that does not have a sustained success foundation, like Florida, like major branded, major programs, the weight gets too heavy of the success. USF comes into the season and they all are expecting good things. Ooh, it's going to be our year. We're going to win. We're going to win. Like every locker room. But then they go out and beat Boise State. All right, we won. Top 25. We beat them. Then they go to Gainesville, and now they're sipping the Kool-Aid. Now they're watching Instagram and TikTok. They're listening to the media. You'd have to slap every kid's phone out of their hand and put earmuffs on so they don't hear how awesome they are, right? So I can see a scenario today, and I'm going to bet this accordingly,
Oh, okay.
Me too.
that USF,
Wins the game outright.
that's what Mark feels. He thinks they're going to be giant killers again. And I've been on board with USF. I support that. They're gonna go out down there today, and they're gonna give up the puss like it's prom night.
Yeah, I just don't.
Now Miami's defense sucks. They are notorious for giving up the reverse prom night in fourth quarter. They give it up in the fourth quarter.
Sure do.
So be ready to watch.
I was gonna say to your point of what you're saying. They did come out. They did beat Boise in Florida, but the Florida game felt more like Florida said, "No, you take it." No. Like they throttled Boise State, but Florida was like, "We don't want to win." No, stop trying to get us to win. That's not going to happen every week with top tier. It's just not. Like, there's no way. I just can't imagine. I'd be shocked. I wouldn't be mad about it, but I'd be shocked if they continue to do that.
The under train in college is officially over. That train has come in. Everybody got off.
Even last week, it was starting to.
The powerhouse teams against the cupcake teams, you score 70. The team's good and they're efficient enough. They've practiced enough. They're not dropping the ball. The defense is not coming off sides on every play. They're in the groove now, and the teams that should get beat are, but the Michigan game and Oklahoma last week, the under. You're going to tell me that why? For what reason? Oh, because they're up for the game. Cool, man. I'll take the under, and I bet Michigan under, like I knew it, and I knew it. So there's the under. Speaking of so thank you for the USF thing.
I will say this though with USF before we leave: if they beat Miami today, their schedule is nothing in the rest.
They're legit.
They are going to the playoffs.
That's the point that when you and I were talking about this earlier, and you were saying too, like it's progressively gets too much for them. This is the first 3 games.
What happens in week 8?
If they fall into this game and now they have those easier games where maybe that gel.
SC State.
They lose to Connecticut before they lose to Miami.
Because after this, they have SC State, Charlotte, North Texas,
That Dragon Slayer.
FAU,
Texas isn't horrible.
Memphis, UTSA, Navy, UAB, and Rice. That's the rest of their schedule. If they can beat Miami, they might not lose again on paper.
Yeah. And some of those teams, we'll give them. Charlotte isn't, you got UAB and Charlotte. Memphis is a team that sticks in their craw every year.
I'm just saying by the way they're playing it on paper, you're not wrong.
No. They're getting the meat of their plate off the board. The tough stuff is definitely at the beginning of the year.
I'd be shocked if they beat Miami. I would. I'd pick Miami all day. Like, I didn't have any confidence in my Gators, but I feel like the Hurricanes.
We used to go up and party at USF, and it was a party. The pictures and the videos that I think I've erased.
Allegedly.
Allegedly waking up in the morning with ice cream on the stick, like a popsicle. They were, oh my God. God bless USF. I love you guys, man. They know how to party. They know how to party when you're squinting to try to understand where you are on the campus so you can try to find your vehicle. Is this where I parked? NFL last week was the under, and then the under, and then the under. This week, expect a little more. The continuity is not
gelling a little bit better.
not quite there, but they are going to start gelling. They got the first game, they got the preseason game out of the way. They've been playing all week. You'll see more of a uniformed, and they're professionals. So I don't think every over is going to hit, but by next week you'll know what you're dealing with. And
I still think there's a lot of question marks, and we'll definitely get to the NFL
there
stuff,
there
'cause
are, and
you guys
you're
will
working through it. It's week 2. I think that there's a lot of short-term investing opportunities. I see every game, and I like the games that I like. We all like the games that we like. Don't bet on something. My biological was in Europe. Humble brag for him.
All right.
Yeah, he's feeling good. Going to Amsterdam, eating cookies, going to Paris, trying not to get murdered because he's an American. And he had a good time. But man, my games didn't hit. Yeah, man, what are you expecting? It's week 1. Oh, we're so redundant. Have fun on week 1. Make your fantasy team week 1.
There's your
Make your
motto.
DraftKings.
Have fun in week 1.
Have fun in week 1. But if you're trying to gamble like, this is a lead pipe lock and you can't miss, go tell that to Tua in Miami, because I thought Miami was a sure thing against Indy, right? Sure thing. Indy sucks. I took an anytime touchdown, Daniel Jones.
Oh, good call on that. Holy shit.
Humble brag. You look at it, we go play the tape, bruh. Last week, find your opportunity and exploit that. So Miami's defense wasn't super awesome. Danny Dimes is turned into Superman. And I said, there's a chance.
Yeah,
He's
but
gonna-
how long does that last?
It lasted long enough for me to get to the window with my ticket.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
in real life, I don't know how long that lasts.
Now I think there was more to that game. I'm not even saying the Dolphins are good, but I think there was more going on in that game than just the game. Between Jim Irsay getting retired into the stands, Daniel Jones being like, "I'm the starter, I got to prove." You know what I mean? It just felt like everything lined up right. Because we'll get back to the NFL. I see what you're doing.
No, we're there. We've done the Lazy Susan, and it's come all the way around. He wanted to. My skins didn't look great on Thursday night.
That was,
Right.
and no shade, I was surprised. I expected almost a shootout in that game, and a lot closer, not a last minute make it look closer than it was kind of a score.
I thought it would be a 3-point game.
I really did.
I didn't think there was a shootout. I took the under.
No, see, I thought Green Bay might be the best team in the league.
There we go. We've taken that away from week 2. After week 2,
After week 1, you got any changes on who you picked for the Super Bowl? Because
well, the week 1 being just week 1. No, after week 2, maybe 3. No, after week 3, we sit back and we reflect on.
Yeah, maybe we take a mulligan and
rearrange our.
Yeah, I might not pick Kansas City.
Green Bay looks nasty. That
Green Bay.
Micah Parsons straight. And then Jerry Jones came out yesterday and he's still trying to say that it was a good. Like, you can't watch Green Bay and go, I made the right decision as an owner and GM of a football team. Holy shit.
The much too early of the year debate about who's going to be
There's a
great.
few
They look
I was going to
good.
say it is early, but there's a few teams, even Baltimore losing, Baltimore, Buffalo, Green Bay. They look like, they're going to be fine and they're going to be.
What did you think about that Green Bay game, Mark? On a scale of 1 to 10, does Green Bay look like they're playing in the NFC Championship game, or is it just
Jordan Love's for real?
Well, and we talked about that too. I said last year Jordan Love was one of the pick favorites for MVP at the beginning of the year. It's all right. Did we skip a year now? But Green Bay.
It was only his second year start. This is it. This is year 3. He's coming in. I hate Green Bay. They went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love and didn't miss a beat basically. And that sucks as a fan of any other team. They can hit generational talent, 3 quarterbacks in a
multiple
row.
decades of Hall of Fame quarterback? Multiple.
It's gross and I hate it.
Decades, plural. I said at the end.
Dolphins are
Decades.
like, well, we only need Marino. We'll check out for 30 years. That's
no,
fine.
seriously, their receiving crew. Is there a bona fide that dude's a stud?
No, but they have
Devontae
like
Adams. There's no. You know what I mean?
There's not a bad player on offense though in Green Bay. You're right. There's no necessarily
Watson's
all-star.
hurt, and now Reed comes out, and you still have Dobbs, and you still have Golden. And
Gold, who's on my fantasy team and missed a touchdown by yeah. I'm facing you in one of the leagues.
Wonder what's gonna happen this weekend.
Not good.
Not good.
Not gonna be good.
Oh, I hope I didn't start Bill on. I didn't even look. Oh Lord, we should peek. Running my mouth about how incredible I am, humbly speaking, and you're stomping me out.
No, it's
People
not
trying to
good.
pull you off of me.
I had 2 people play, and you're got 0, and you're still favored to beat me by quite.
Oh, I didn't know that. You have a bunch of points. What are you talking about? You scored 21.4
There's a
points.
kicker and Debo
You're stomping me out. I got 0 points.
because you've had nobody play. I put up 22 with 2 people. I'm
And I'm-
screwed.
I'm playing your other half in the other league.
Yeah, I'm playing your other half in the other league. It's weird.
Let's see. It's the old switcheroo weekend.
Little-
All right, making it spicy. Let's see who I got going on. I didn't have anybody play, so that's.
No, I'm gonna get throttled.
Don't you?
I'm gonna ride the 2 train because I'm
Here
hoping
we
for a bounce
go.
back. And if not, then I can.
Here comes the martyr gimmick. Oh, look at.
I think it's time to pull the plug on Tua.
Yeah, I think this week will determine whether or not he hasn't lost to New England.
especially when we talked about that too. The DB was like,
Xavier
Xavier
Howard.
Howard, yeah.
I mean, he was like, all we had to do was stop his number one, his first look, and he was a deer in headlights, and he was. So you're going to tell
Okay.
me every single defensive.
I don't
coordinator out
disagree
there?
with you, but I think the problem, and while I was watching the game, seriously, all joking aside, I think he got concussed in the second quarter. There's a hit he took, and his head smacked off the ground, and they didn't say anything. From that moment on, he melted. He
Well,
couldn't stay still.
But
He
that's the whole thing with him already. His
Yeah.
brain is so slow.
I'm being serious. Like
Yes,
he-
absolutely.
He shouldn't play.
You see,
right?
He should not be allowed to play anymore.
He actually
period.
might have been the first quarter. He took that hit, and I was like, "Oh!" And then,
That should be a buyout saying, "Yeah, you're done."
and he's been agitated. I've been watching pressers this week. And he's been a monster. He's normally like quiet and polite, and he's been like attacking the press.
He's probably over feeling the way he feels about having to defend why he should play and no, I'm all right. But he's walking around so foggy, like he just smoked pot, and he's like walking down the hallway and he's right on every play. Hike. And now he's got 9 dudes running after him, and he has to look at 4 of his own guys because he can't spell.
No, exactly. Because say what you want
Tesla.
about him, but there's no way that you go from where you're at to the wheels falling off at 27 unless there's something probably medically wrong with you. Seriously.
So talk about your
Absolutely.
next option. I like your. If Danny Dimes can do it, okay, I'm gonna get my paintbrush. If Danny Dimes can make a resurrection, if he could,
I think Daniel Jones has more talent than Zach Wilson.
I think Zach learned his lesson.
The preseason stuff where Zach would just like hit a beautiful pass and the next play throw 5 yards short when he's got a wide open receiver 5 yards in front of him.
If you don't like Zach,
Quinn, I would be all about throwing him in and let ride the season and see what he's got.
I liked him in college. I'm a big fan. He had a mullet in Texas. A man's mullet.
The old Texas.
It was strong. He came out when he first started his career in college. Woo-wee, boy. And then he cut it off and got his NFL
Yours
money.
looked good in preseason. I know it's preseason and it's people now that are car
If he's the
washing and
future.
stuff, but he was making throws and doing things that
Mark, are you willing? That's your team too?
If this is it, if he's the future, there's no one there he's going to learn from. He's not sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. He's not sitting behind Brett Favre, the Green Bay scenario. He's not sitting behind them.
well, plus if everything gets blown up,
We
which
still have very high talent receivers on that.
So you put him in and you say, okay, time to bleed, time to
Yeah.
get better. And
Absolutely.
if they go 0-3 and
It's not like the Cleveland Browns where you're throwing, Johnny Manziel out there or, Baker Mayfield and saying, here, go. And who the hell am I throwing the ball to looking like a fool? There is talent on.
they're top heavy, but they have talent. And you know how I know from the Fox Sports days, some of the people down there, I have it. I've heard rumblings.
this guy is the black market for information.
Well, it's funny. Because I used,
Yeah.
and I haven't heard.
You would know
any-
things weeks in front, like "Psst, watch what happens on the 3rd and 8 on the 23, and then here it is.
If
you need to be
Miami
protected, man.
loses, no one's talking about this. They're all talking about the hot seat. But if Miami loses,
Fall down.
if they lose to New England and then get throttled by Buffalo, which they're, no matter what happens in New England, they're probably going to get dog walked by Buffalo. If they come out 0-3, McDaniel won't make. He won't be there by week 4. And that's when then I think that's when you can see something.
Because
else.
the decision making, does it all go back to why that Tua is still under center? Is it any different if it isn't?
I think. Well,
Is there more of
no,
a
because I think Chris Greer, the GM, is just terrible. And since he's been there, the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game, and he's been with the Dolphins since 2000. So that should be all. I think the GM needs to go. I actually like Mike. I don't think he's that bad of a coach, but I think he's better suited as a coordinator than a head coach. But I'm not like on team fire him because I think
because he's your
trying to make-
doppelganger
well,
and
no,
you guys
because
are
we do look
identical
similar.
twins?
But he's like trying to make chicken salad with chicken shit because he's got no talent and
You should know as you sit there that every time, not occasionally, not periodically, every time Miami is on a television and my family is watching the game, my mother and my father and my biological, my brother, my girlfriend, Mark, anybody that's ever shaken your hand, when Miami's game is on the television, everybody says, "Oh, look, it's Jay. Oh, look, it's Jay." Oh,
I was
look,
not
it's
watching
Jay."
the Dolphins, and I was watching Derrick Henry and Tannehill in Tennessee, and you were like, you got to look at this coach. And then I told you I was at Publix shopping, and I had a little kid walk up to me
Yes.
and thought I was I thought I was Mike McDaniel. Like, I called you. I was like, oh my God, you'll never believe what just happened. I was at the checkout line at Publix, and you're like, I told
Can you
you.
imagine that, Mark? He's getting autograph requests by little kids. He's getting recognized. And I'm busting his chops about how it's his twin brother. It's his twin
Especially
brother.
first season
It's
before.
nice when you're out in public and you get recognized as somebody's twin.
That was before the stress hit Mike, and now he looks like he's aged 11 years.
He's
in the
very
last 2 years.
presidential now.
Yeah.
That's why I always get Mark Messier.
I could see that.
Okay.
Oh, I've
if he had an eating disorder.
right, yeah.
You know, like Mark, if he just didn't take care of himself.
I've been asked for autographs in a bar, drink for free. People bought my tabs,
That's nuts.
and then when I say my name is Mark, they're like, "Oh,
knew it.
you're screwing
knew
with
it.
me." Yes, seriously, it's been.
I want you to sign a couple pucks for me. I got an eBay account that I need to.
We are all over the road. Back to college. How is it, and not just speaking from as a Gator fan, but how is it that they lose to a USF team who just beat Boise State and looks pretty decent? Florida falls completely out of the top 25. Alabama gets throttled by Florida State and slides down a couple spots. Michigan slides down a couple. How is it
I asked the same question.
like?
They were 12 or 13.
Yeah, and they dropped completely out.
Completely out.
Like Alabama, how is
ridiculous.
Alabama still ranked when you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like that.
I
that
do.
doesn't
It's
make
the
any
same
sense.
question I asked.
Michigan ranked. Notre Dame is 0-1 and they're 8th. They haven't won a game and they're 8th.
Notre Dame's going to lose 3 games and still be ranked.
That's thank God we have the college playoff because the rankings. This is why we had to have it because Texas 1-1, they're 7th. We lost Murdoch.
Oh,
Murdoch's here. Just he sometimes need a little help from your friends. I've got a special. I've got Gator Bailey. I've got an insider. I've got a guy that we can talk about Florida when we need to talk about Florida. The Miami Dolphins of what you offered years ago with your dark web connections. I've got that with the Gators. I'm sending out the text now. Yo, son, are you available for a second?
What's even more shocking is because a lot of the rankings have to do with, as much as people don't admit it, it makes the games like if 3 is playing 10, that looks a lot better than 3 playing an unranked team, right?
Sure.
Like, so it's weird that Florida's playing LSU tonight, and they didn't even rank them in the top 25, because it sounds way better if you hear 3 is playing 25 or 20 than it would be LSU is playing an unranked Florida.
I couldn't believe that they came out of the. Still can't get over that. To fall 13 spots.
Yeah, it's crazy, and they're not even the number 1 team with both. They're not like 26th if you want to count it that way, or 27th. You got Arizona State, BYU, and Georgia Tech have more votes for them in the 1 poll, so they're at closer to 30th. Falling 20 spots to a team. They didn't lose to like you always joke, like Sisters of the Poor. They lost to a team that is pretty decent,
right?
It's just weird. I don't agree. But again, it's early, so what happens if Florida beats LSU?
But they have to get back in. I thought Florida would be a playoff team this year. They could lose a couple. They're going to lose LSU. You lose Texas. You lose another game.
That takes a loss off that they could have afforded now. But it's like if they beat LSU, LSU is 3. I get, and they will both have the same record. I guarantee you, Florida will only be like 20th, and LSU will drop like 6 spots. And even though, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I hate that.
FSU goes from unranked to 12.
Yeah.
After beating Alabama,
and Alabama only slid 5-10 places. So like,
Florida shouldn't have fallen off like that.
Let's get into what do we got for.
I like the NFL this weekend. Who doesn't? Mark's got his lead pipe locks lined up. I mean, you can't miss the Thursday game real quick. There was opportunities for short-term investing. We like the under of the game. I don't like this. I don't like betting on my team because I get sad when they lose, and then you're betting on the other side, and you feel like
I put $1 on the Dolphins last week. Mine was just lit on fire in the front yard.
Yeah, I had the Steelers in the first half, and then got just crushed. And then my buddy was like, in the second half, I couldn't do it because I already got crushed the first half with the Steelers.
Yeah, but I told you.
The Steelers just blow it out. The
Steelers are better than you think they are, Mark. I know you like the Steelers, but I think you're too down on them.
But I just don't think the scenario of putting money on your
team, yeah.
The Commander Skins played, and at halftime, people are missing field goals, and we just couldn't get off. Green Bay's defense looks legit.
Oh, they're super legit.
And there was an opportunity. Mark and I are watching the game. It's the third quarter, and we put the scenario out there. You know what, man? Washington is going to be down multiple scores. So they're going to come back like the Vikings game. That it's a game. The ball bounces, and then it goes left instead of right.
Unbelievable game.
Chicago, their defense was suffocating. We got to talk about JJ and
I think you have some apologies.
I
need to apologize to JJ.
We got a spot. We got a Minnesota spot.
Even with him, the same scenario you're even getting at when we talked about with the short-term investment. That the fourth quarter. Almost every
it's a trend.
The fourth quarter, the scores just get
preach. If you can see a pattern and a habit that happens across the board, it doesn't matter what the logo is on the helmet.
But that makes sense when you consider, like you said, week 1 is just an extended preseason. By the end of the second game, things are starting to click.
Ding! The fourth quarter was 7.5 points. I'm like, it's got to be 14 or 21 points easily, and it was.
We looked at we have to come back to the Minnesota game because we do. I have some we have a conversation to have. The Commander Skins, it's the third quarter. We're down over 10 points. And when I look at Mark looks at me and I was like, dude, it's a fourth quarter play here. There's an opportunity. There was missed field goals. The field goal opportunities turn into touchdowns. The team is now pressed, and the other team is up multiple touchdowns. So what happens? They get a little lax. Chicago. They get a little lax in the fourth quarter. Hey, we're up a couple scores. It's
Baltimore,
cool.
Yeah.
Baltimore. You see the trend. It's right there.
Yeah.
So if you can take another team, a professional team that's losing by
Steelers,
10 points, by 13 points in the fourth quarter, you play the other side.
Hell, even the Dolphins getting dog walked, they put their points up in the fourth quarter.
Sure.
So, I mean,
I bet the second half blind. I watched a little of the Miami game, and enough to know, oh my God, they're horrible. So I was like, I feel bad. I'm already getting you flowers and Mark Flowers. I'm like, sorry for your loss. And they were 18.5 point. They were getting 18.5 points at halftime. This is a professional team. And I said, you know what? Hell no. Miami's not. I thought Miami was going to win the game to begin with, right? So I'm chasing good money with bad money. I'll take it. So I put a parlay in. I take Miami and take San Francisco. I take something else for the 4:00 games, thinking that Miami certainly won't lose by 20. Come on, guys.
Right.
Wrong. Wrong. No, you're not. No, you're not. But that was the only one that didn't. The Washington game, the 4th quarter comes around. I make the bet, and it was 0.5. Yeah, it was a half of a point. Washington was 1/2 of a point favorite, being down so many points. They were 1/2 of a point favorite, and the over-under on the second half was,
I think it was
13.5.
13.5.
13.5 points for the 4th quarter. It wasn't for the half. I bet it in the 3rd quarter, but it was a 4th quarter bet. So the 4th quarter starts. We've got the ball on the right side of the 50, and here comes the touchdown. Bang.
It was I think Washington was confused because I kept thinking Micah was part of their offense, letting him in the backfield.
Golly. The jerseys kind of look like our home jerseys. And they score. All right, so now I've got the 0.5, and then they score again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then there's the over.
No, it looked
Actually,
for a
it
minute
was
like Washington was going to.
Green Bay scored again.
Yeah.
So now it was 14, so the over was already in. Check. Washington scores again. Now they're up. Check. I took a third part of the parlay because I was sitting next to Mark and he inspired me. This son of a bitch always does it to me. Bean, I bet straight bets. And then for funsies, I'll take a 3-teamer. Hey, man, I hit my straight bets like a champ.
The funny part is I was like, Debo. I like the Debo.
Yeah, you
getting
did.
2 more catches. Oh, no. No, you took.
Once Austin Eckler went down,
I took Jaden to have 31 yards rushing, and he already had 14.
Yeah.
So I needed 17 yards of rushing in the 4th quarter. Being down multiple scores, he's going to be moving around. And that last drive, we had 2.5 minutes left, and I come out to look for Mark, and he's looking at me. He's like, "Yeah, I know." I'm like, "Yeah, all I need is one rush for a first down."
He scrambles, moves the pocket. You'd think maybe just tuck it,
and he didn't do it. He didn't. I got left at the altar. Don't lose.
But if you would have took Debo,
Yeah, but if I had taken Mark's pick with Debo, Mark was actually right. And the only way he was right is because it wasn't his money.
that's right.
This guy makes a bet, and it's a surefire. The Chicago game. I have Chicago's money line. I have the under. Unbeknownst to me, Mark has the same bet. So he comes back from doing whatever he does with he and his Jose Cuervo conversations and moonlighting with him. And he's like, dude, it's right. Like, yeah, this is like we're walking this to the window. And then JJ
becomes.
he hears all the nonsense.
He was listening on the sidelines to last week's show.
The first drive of the game, I'm writing both of you during the game. The game starts, and JJ gets sacked, and he throws one pass for 4 yards. So in 2 drives, there's no first downs, there's 2 sacks.
Some negative yardage. Yeah. We're going backwards.
It's his first game. It's on the road. I don't care if it's where he grew up. It's on the road in Chicago. That's not exactly the easiest spot to play. And he's getting stomped. Stomp. Whole first half. He looks inept. His eyes look like
it was already trending on Reddit online, like huge mistake. Shouldn't have let Darnold go. Like everybody was already lighting him on fire, and then
it was week 1.
Did you see the video? I think twice at least, maybe 3 times even, where he was walking back off the field and he's talking to Justin Jefferson. Don't give up on me, man. I'm going to be there. Don't give up on me. And he's like, I know you will. I know you will. Sure as you know what.
He went Super Saiyan
He turned
3
into Tom Brady.
He looked in the camera and you heard him mouth, "I heard you, Murdoch," like through his face mask, and I shivered a bit.
And then, of course, when I made the bet, somehow in the Matrix, every time I bet on somebody that way,
Yeah, I got that negative
does it
energy too. We need to be careful.
gets right to those players.
Chicago gets up multiple scores, and Minnesota's defense is also legit. What else did you see in week one? You know what else you saw in week one? The first team that had the ball runs right down the field and scores a touchdown.
Yes.
Every game. And then what happens for the rest of the game? The Washington game the other night, we give up the touchdown, bang, 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 bang. Green Bay scores 7-0. Then at halftime, it's 7 points. The first drive is
Those
wild.
scripted drives in the first couple weeks of the season.
The initial drive
Yeah.
is a touchdown.
Even
and then
in the
nothing
Dolphins
else.
blowout, until Tua throws that pass, they were going right down the field. That's when the wheels came off. But even then, those opening drives, yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Opening drives or something, and then it settles in. The defense clicks and says, "Okay, you got us on that one."
Yeah.
And it stops.
We'll
as they
spot you
shut the
7.
valve off. And that's what happened in the Minnesota game. That's what happened in the Washington game. That's what happened in all the games.
Yeah.
So watch for that. First quarter, there's a play to be made there.
Yeah, first quarter's points are usually 9.5. Usually 9.5.
It's been sexy for all the unders. You could go back. I'm not a tech
not
fella.
bragging, but
I'm not bragging, but if you went back to look at all the unders that Murdoch and friends said were going to be last week, and it was all but 3.
I mean,
The Minnesota
That's
under
13
didn't
and
happen
3.
until the fourth quarter, man.
no, but think
I mean,
about
the
that.
over didn't
If you-
happen.
If you bet strictly on unders on all 16 games, you'd have came out on top because you'd have won 13 and 3.
13-3.
That's
13-3.
That's
I mean, a little I told you so.
yeah.
We told
I
you so.
mean, That's
You
But
can
this,
be
but this is where we get greedy, or me,
yeah. You keep Alicia over there.
about the parlaying to where, like I said, that one guy that he always says parlays are for chumps. Put your money on those straight bets. Like right there is true.
He's not wrong because last week I won on my single bets and I did my one little parlay in
Yeah.
spirit of you and I got none of the 3.
I've known Mark a long time, and the friends that I do have that short-term invest, maybe it's not because of me. I like to think it's not because of my influence over the years. I bet straight bets and take a parlay for funsies. I take a 1 o'clock, a 4 o'clock, and then the evening game. And so I play all my straight bets during the day, and then after the 4 o'clock games, if I still have action at 8 o'clock, I took the 8 o'clock game with the 4 o'clock and a 1 o'clock. If I'm still alive and those other 2 pieces came in, I'll bet the other side. I'll take points, and now maybe I can win both bets. I'm not the typical gambler where you sit and hold the ticket and hope that your team wins.
Nah, see, I go to make the bet, and it's like, man, that's not enough to win. How can I make it better?
It's not sexy for him.
I
Mark
like
likes
to try to stack with the least amount of money bet to win the most. So I understand why he wants to do the parlays.
Yeah.
Well, it's
but
just like
you
just
got
like at the casino. I'll
we got
allegedly maybe bet $50 a spin, and my wife's like, "Oh my God, I could have played for an hour on that," and she gets so mad. And then the next spin, I hit a bonus and I win $1,000. She's like,
Yeah, I told you should have been.
"Like, see, I mean, that's why you do it."
Now that you guys have taught me this kind of stuff, I remember it was like 2 years ago, and I was we were in Cherokee, and I was with Superbad, and I went to the casino, and they had just built their brand new sports book area, and I was like taking pictures and sending them to you because there's like lazy boys lying down,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, Murdoch would like this." Now, where do you want to go?
There's some beautiful places in Vegas for enjoying games.
Have you been to the? Since they redid.
I
those
was there
sports?
the same time you were up there when they were making. They had just finished.
Okay.
The last. The
Yeah,
last
because I was gonna say they were pushing it new. They were trying to get everybody over there, and it was like 900 TVs and everything.
It is something. I don't know where the people. I'm not going to get canceled. I don't know where their client base comes from. It's in the woods. I mean, it's in a
Yeah, but it's
forest.
always completely jam packed.
It is. Where are they coming from?
Take out 100,000 people if that thing were to blow.
Who's fishing in a river like me and says, you know what, man?
You never hang out at the casino.
It's not this power bait, man. It's. I need to go gamble on a BYU game.
That's what I'm saying.
Gee whiz.
We got to go. We got to go do that.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for a weekend, even if it's just for 2 days.
When you
Couldn't afford it.
You fly right into Ally.
We got a place that we can stay for free.
No, I mean,
Oh, the gambling. The gambling. Yeah.
He's not lying.
I'll be out of money.
I'll be working at the casino permanently.
Mark comes off the plane and he's staggering a bit, and we're like, oh man, he and Jose are talking, and it wasn't the case. He doesn't have the plasma. He donated before. I'm like, buddy, you good? He's like, well, I just needed a little.
I owe the casino.
$100 for the bet. Oh, you've been drinking?
It's gonna be Bruno Mars going to be performing for the
Right.
next 10
Yep.
years to pay back his debt. Bruno Marx.
Yep.
Bruno Mars. It's legit. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You come through in the clutch.
I still got
I
it.
really do. He just Kurt Gibson that. He's on a massage table. Murdoch comes down the stairs, down the hallway, peeks in the room. Bean, I need you, man. I need you.
I can see like, hey, you owe us $50 million, and Mark's like, I ain't got it. And they're like,
Hey, just give me a little bit more.
Hey, Wesley, you need to make another movie. hey, Mr. Cage,
Let me make one more bet. I got on the next one.
how do you feel about making Wicker Man? So the game's this weekend.
let's. You want to go to college for a minute?
If you'd like to, we can hit call. I got
See what big-
a lot of stuff to talk about.
It's not. Okay. Tennessee, Georgia looks like it's probably the biggest game as far as ranked versus ranked goes.
There's injuries on that, so check that out before. Well, our listeners may not hear that before the games go off.
Actually, the Tennessee, Georgia, and the USF Miami game are the two ranked versus ranked where you got.
You got the spreads, Mark. You got the what's the spread?
I do. I got for the
Oregon. The first game on the board for me
yes,
is
Oregon Northwestern
on the road against Northwestern.
26.5 as of right now, according to ESPN.
Can we break down one game so that we can see how we collectively take an angle on a play? Oregon and Northwestern. Now, Oregon last week scored 700 points, and Northwestern is not great. When you go and you look at Northwestern, week one they lost. They played Tulane. They scored 3 points.
Oof. Against Tulane?
Yeah, week one, right? Week one.
Yeah, but 23-3.
Then last week they
Put up-
gave a walloping to Western Illinois.
Yeah.
the Leathernecks.
42, yeah.
42 points against the Leathernecks. And Mark's a Leatherneck. Oregon, that's a different story. They got here. They're 2-0. They scored 59 in week one and then 69 last week against OSU. So they've scored 138 points
They've covered the over themselves.
twice. Today at Northwestern,
Those are two home games now. They're on the road.
right? So they're on the road against Northwestern, who just throttled the Leathernecks,
Well,
the juggernauts that are the Leathernecks. And Oregon comes in being a poor man's St. Louis Rams in the greatest show on turf. And that game is 28 points.
26.
I hope it's that much. Tell me that it's like,
Right now on ESPN, it says 26 and
let's go to Hard Rock where things really happen in
What are you
real
looking
time.
for?
The Oregon game.
Yes, I got it.
What's the number?
Over under is 48.5.
Trap.
Yeah.
48 points in the first half. Trap.
Yeah, Oregon's 27.5 point favorite.
Trap. I buy that down to 26.5. Guy misses an extra point, and they score 27, and you lose, Mark. So you bet the point. You buy the point,
Buy it down to 22.5.
and the over-under is at 48.
48.5.
You buy the point. I'd buy 2 points. You get it down to 46.5. That way, a 27 to 20 or 47 to nothing, and you're doomed. You've those common points, 48, 47, you've got to get off of that number. Mark saw that last week. He never buys points. Last week we talked ad nauseum about buying the points. If it was almost as though the book heard our show and heard the soapbox about buying a point and getting off of a common number so that you don't lose the bet instead of winning. And here comes good old Mark. All right, it's time to make my bet. And F you, Murdoch. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do whatever I want. And he's hitting the deposit button, and I'm hitting the withdrawal button. But I don't have to say nothing to him. He knows. But he's just too stubborn. I'm not a stubborn guy at all. But
No, not at all.
no. Humble, modest.
Yes.
Like when asked about me, that's amongst my peers, that's what I hear most.
So I want to try to make it into a segment, the small term investing advice, because I did a anytime touchdown and nailed it and got that bonus $20.
Sweet.
So I want you guys to direct the bonus, my bonus bet money.
I like holding your hand and walking down the metaphor.
I'm a rookie at this. You guys are the experienced veterans. Some more successful than others.
Last week you had he has good picks. He just puts them all together. Too many, and he won't get off of it. I can't make him.
He doesn't just guarantee a win. He guarantees a win, and that he'll throw 450 yards, and that he'll throw 5 touchdowns, and that will shut out the other team. It's like, hey man, just pick one of those things.
And it all comes in, except that one, and then heaven forbid it comes down to that one, and it was too many points. He didn't take the money line. I'm laying the 3.5. It hurts. I have to walk out. He's right. I walk out of the room on Embiid. I can't sit. Makes my hair stand up now. I can't watch him make a bet where he's laying 3 points or 3.5.
I'll just keep talking about it, playing around with numbers on and he's like, "Oh my God, just stop!" He'll try to smack the phone out of my hand.
Yeah. I can't deal with it. Well, the bet isn't good enough because it's minus 160 on the money line. And so, no, I got to lay the point. Oh, my. But that's that kind of a short-term investor, and that's the majority of them. We do need a segment instead of talking about the short-terms entirely through the show.
Yeah. No, we'll get it. We're still getting everything done.
It's a big part of my life, and I like the handicap. We enjoy the handicap.
Well, we take it as, I feel like it's put together more than just like you watch the ESPNs and the ones that are just giving you gambling advice as opposed to the ones that are just sports preview. This is what's going to happen today. It's more of a mix.
Yeah,
you actually do watch the games, even if you didn't have money or care on it. You would, know, in depth for the people went to middle school
that we have. We talk about fantasy, we talk about short-term investing, we talk about the game itself. So it's not just the yards per catch and the yards after, and it's the rushing against this is 3.8 yards. It's not that stuff. You just talk about how Mark is follically challenged, and how when you rage, you eat dairy.
Yeah,
that's they don't have that on the other shows, but we blend it, and hopefully the people that listen will find something that attracts them. And
well, if someone knocks it out of the park and wins $10,000, then we'll have a super fan for life just from them.
You know it's coming.
It is coming.
I might
every year. Mark's on it. He just misses because he has 13 picks. And I'm tackling last year with the Freiermuth and the Chase. He had 2 parlays that were locks, super locks, and I couldn't tackle him to get his phone to sell the other side. F you, get off me, let it ride, let it ride. And I can't tackle Cuervo, Mark. I can't. He's too.
He becomes Ric Flair.
He does. He's Ric Flair and the Hulk. He's just too strong and too formidable. I can't. And I'm climbing him like a spider monkey, trying to grab his phone to sell it, to take the other side. Let it ride. It's $700, Mark. Let it ride.
I saw that they have like a cash out early thing too, so I can imagine he's getting an offer on that.
Sometimes, not all the time.
I that's what I said. I had that last week. Remember, I was telling you about this.
Because if you're hitting 6 out of 7, and it's like, hey, if you sell now, you're still going to get a few $100.
He won't take it.
He won't take it.
Well, hey, I did.
Finally, begrudgingly, you hear the disdain in his voice.
Because I knew, I was like, oh my
Pissed he
God.
is.
If they score a touchdown, my under's done, and there's still 5 minutes left, and the team's driving, and I'm like, well, okay, if I win 280, but I can cash out right now for 87. All right, 87 it is.
Proud Papa.
Win's a win at that point.
Take the win.
Take the win.
Especially when it was only a $5 bet.
They get it. The public gets enamored with the 280 instead of the 80.
No, see, I'm 80 all day. Oh, I get a guarantee to the window. Yeah,
the window.
Yeah.
Yep. And so now Mark's starting to turn. It makes him disgusted with himself because he wants to let it ride. It's his heroin. Get your own needle. Don't tell me how to
Yeah,
shoot my own
definitely.
drugs.
And what you do, like you say, but on the other side, you be like, okay, if he's hitting 6 out of 7 on a parlay with an offer to cash out early, then make a separate bet to finish off that last one, cash out, and if you win, you
Preach.
double win.
Preach.
And if you don't, then it's no
Preach.
harm, no foul.
Preach.
Well, there's also one other problem that I do bet a lot of player props, which is stupid, but it's fun.
To an extent, I think there's some
But
easy ones.
it's
but-
On the other
entertainment.
side, once it gets that deep into
That's
a game.
true.
Remember with
Yeah.
with the Fairmont,
There are
remember
some.
we was like, he was like, hey, just take $2,000 and put it on. Right. I'm like, first of all, I got to find $2,000 right now. And we looked in there, and I couldn't even take him to be under. I couldn't.
There are certain settings where you can't, and there's some that you can. And you have to find the investment. You have to find your stack in the event that you do hit something like that. It's not, you can't find $2,000 at 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday real easy. I mean, not everybody has it like that. So